The nerves hit different on game day when your fiancé is on the field.
I have a really hard time sleeping. I can't sleep before games.
How do you manage your game day emotions?
Game day emotions, I pray a lot, honestly, but it helps just calm everything. And I always pray first and foremost for safety, just a safe, clean game. I don't care about anything else outside of that. Everything else is just overwhelmingly amazing.
Model and entrepreneur Oliva Culpo is no stranger to the spotlight, but Levi's Stadium is her future husband Christian McCaffrey's stage.
McCaffrey to the goal line.
She says the move from North Carolina to Northern California when McCaffrey got traded last season was made easier thanks to her new sisters on the sidelines.
I mean, with you guys making the move here and joining this team, right? What role did the 49ers wives play in welcoming you into being a part of this family?
They were so welcoming. I've been so lucky with all the women here. I have nothing but great things to say about all of the girls. Mindy is amazing.
Mindy Armstead, wife of 49ers captain Eric Armstead, rarely misses a game, even when she has a busy workday on the other side.
Sunday night, big game, and you're going to be in the office Monday morning.
Oh, absolutely.
On game day, she's Mrs. Armstead.
It never gets old. It's super exciting. The amount of work he puts in off the field. It's just amazing to see it all come together and see his passion and see him be successful. And we were the 49ers when it was building years, so this is very exciting. It never gets old.
But at home, she's mom to Amiri and Ayla. And at work, as a psychiatrist, she's Dr. Armstead.
How do you balance all that you do?
I do my best. And I think that's what we're all doing in this position. I had to figure it out. I realized for me, taking time, making sure I have time with my girlfriends, making sure I exercise. That I've played sports in college, so it's always been kind of a stress relief for me. Kind of building in that me time, whether it be just reading, journaling, going to get your nails done. For me, my job is a really big passion. So although other people I think would see that as stressful, and it can be for sure, but it definitely fills my cup and kind of reminds me why I do what I do and why kind of all of this is worth it.
Very early in you and Eric's relationship, you guys had to have that conversation of what sacrifices am I willing to make for you?
I think it was not as complicated as it sounds. Yeah. It was difficult. It wasn't easy, but we never had real deep discussions about who's going to sacrifice what. It kind of just made sense. He knew I wasn't going to give up medical school. I knew he was in a contract. He was going to give that up.
So there's some flexibility there.
Yes, I feel like that is very much the dynamic of our relationship and just how you have to be kind of in this world.
When you signed up for a life with an NFL player, did you know what you were getting yourself into?
I don't even know if I signed up or I was just kind of thrown into it. I had no idea. I think a lot of us don't.
What do you think is the biggest misconception that people have about what it's like to be married to an NFL player?
I think people can see, right, everyone from their own narrative can see the blessings in other people's lives, but maybe don't understand some of the stressors. And so, for us, it's not just a football game that's fun to go to, right? We start off hoping nobody gets hurt, and then we want to win, but we also want our significant other to play well, and there's just all these layers. So you're not just going to a football game, you're really it's almost take your spouse to work day, and you're there just kind of cheering them on, hoping they do a good job. It's just a lot different.
Who is the most superstitious on game day?
I feel like I'm a little superstitious. I was gonna say Paloma for sure. I didn't want to call her out.
Yeah, I think I eat McDonald's every single time before game days. That's me and Trent's superstition. We have to order the same thing from McDonald's.
Yeah. What is the order at McDonald's on game day?
It's a sausage, egg biscuit with a hash brown, strawberry jam, and 2 iced teas.
Do you have any game day superstitions?
Well, for example, these earrings, my mother-in-law, I was getting ready together with her, and she was I was like, I wore these last week. I probably shouldn't wear them again. She's like, no, you have to wear them again. And I was like, you're right. I have to wear them again. And then we always go to the same part of the field to see him before, even though it's like the exact opposite. We bring the same people every like, we have a lot of weird superstitions, honestly.
I think they're working for you.
They're not working, so I think we're just going to keep going. Yeah.
I think everyone in here wearing red and gold would like for you to keep doing whatever you're doing.
No, you're right. You're right.
Together, the wives and girlfriends of the 49ers serve as the ultimate support system for one another.
No one else can understand kind of that pressure and the pressure to be kind of this emotional powerhouse and support system for your significant other, because I think we really band together and you end up making super fast friends because of that. Without each other, I don't think we would be able to be successful or get through even the day-to-day, how much food you need for your husband or the amount of water they need to drink or any of those things. I mean, you would think the smallest thing, but you really rely on each other for where pediatrician should I use, or hey, who watches your dog when you go to away games? All the things that I think when you're stable in one place you take for granted. You're kind of plopped somewhere and just have to band together. And so I think the 49ers also, as an organization, do a really great job looking out for us and providing resources. But there's nothing like being able to text a girlfriend, where should I go for a steak dinner? Like, where would be a good date night? Like, there's nothing better than that. Where do you get your hair done? I mean, all of these things that seem so small are actually very important for overall well-being, I would say.
Because it's real life.
Yes, exactly. I think everyone can see, myself included, just the amazing things that you're exposed to and the blessing that it can be. But I also think people only notice the challenges that the players go through, not realizing their spouse or significant other is the one that's really there for them emotionally, physically, you know, encouraging them spiritually. And so, you know, it's not just them that's kind of going through all of this. You become part of their job. You become part of their organization. What you do also can represent the 49ers. And so you all of a sudden have to become very cognizant of that and aware of your surroundings, aware of kind of how you conduct yourself at home and outside of the home. And all of that can weigh on them come game day. And so we're all part of this team. And, you know, I think you see them out there on Sunday and you see us dressed up at the game and being on the field and it looks like so much fun. But you also don't see kind of that other side of what comes with it. Like, it's our game day too, you know, we're anxious and worried and we're thinking about, you know, how they're feeling and do they have their head in the game and are things taken care of at home so that they can focus on the game. So I think it's nothing I would have expected. It's a fun ride. But I think there's a lot more to it than people realize.
Eric has said that he couldn't do what he does without you.
I second that.
How does it make you feel to know that he knows that?
It's nice to be appreciated and recognized. And so I do feel as though it's like a little bit more pressure too, right? Like, you kind of got to do it. Like, during the football season, they're not available to really step up and do any of those things. So I've got to take the car for the oil change, and I've got to, you know, figure out childcare and do all the daycare chores and figure out house cleanings, or if we're having a party, you know, figure out the menu and do the fun things, but also the not so fun things. Like, so it's nice. I would say it's nice to be recognized because it's definitely a lot of work.
Last year, you're having your second baby with a tiny one at home, and Eric breaks his leg.
Yeah.
How does that change the dynamic in this house and the responsibilities either of you have in that moment?
No, I mean, all of those things aside, I think any partner to someone that plays in the NFL during this season is going to pick up most of the slack. They're just not around. It's not that they don't want to be, but they have to be at the stadium. I think the difference with an injury is that now, even when they are home, they can't be as helpful because, you know, he can't do bath with one while I'm like feeding the other because he should be staying off his leg, or he's needing to do like extra rehab. And so it definitely adds extra stressors on the spouse that, I mean, you kind of sign up for it. Unfortunately, it's not the most glamorous side of the NFL, I would say.
No, but it's the reality.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
On Sunday Night Football, the 49ers hosting their biggest game of the season to this point.
There goes Christian on the run.
And Olivia was there for it, even when she had to hold her breath.
With every hit that you see Christian take, how does your body react to it?
When I'm like waiting very patiently for the big pile to lift and just like, okay, hurry up. Like when there's so many guys on him and I'm just like, can you guys go any slower? Like get up. But a lot of times they want to see exactly where the ball is so like no one can move. And there's a lot of nerves for sure, but that's kind of why you just have to just like count your blessings every time there's a great game.
Sunday was one of those nights for the families of the 49ers enjoying a win and each other.
We have great girls and we're winning. There's nothing that could be better for me.
When you see a 71 jersey in the stands, when you see a 91, like how does that make you feel to see how much these fans love these men who are so important in your lives?
No, I think it's so cute. I love it. No, I love it. It like makes me feel like so happy that all of his hard work is really like showing off. People recognize it, and hopefully they recognize him for what he's doing on and off the field. So it makes me feel really good for sure.
Yeah, super flattering. Like, I love to see 71, 91, all of the jerseys,
All the
49ers,
ones, everything that has the one, we love it.
Especially when the season ends as number one.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.